What you don't know is that this is take 3. We got this. 3rd time's the charm. Okay. Hey guys, it's Brenna here. So if you can't tell from the title of this video, I am going to be talking about my record collection today. So about a month ago, because I've been meaning to film this for a while, I asked on my Instagram if people would rather see me do a long, like, rambly video of me talking about them or just something short and quick, just showing the records. And people actually said long and rambly, so I'm gonna give the people what they want, sorry. However, I don't want to make this super long, so I'm not going to be showing a lot of the pressings, which I know might be disappointing to some people. Most of my collection is colored records, so if I take the time to take each individual one out, that's just gonna take even longer. So if you want to see what all of my records look like, I actually have a record account on Instagram. It's just brenna.vinyl, so if you want to go follow that, that'd be really cool. A lot of you are probably from there already, but if you stumbled across this video and you're not following me, that'd be really great, and I'd really appreciate it if you did. So plus on those posts there is more info on like how many of a specific variant there is, or like what each variant is called, and like, you know, other technical like that I'm just not gonna get into right now. Also, I'm sitting on the floor because I'm next to my closet where all my records are, so if you're wondering that, that's why. So I'm basically just going to be showing you everything that I have on vinyl, starting with all my 12 inches in alphabetical order, as well as a couple 10 inches in there, and then at the end I'll just quickly show all my 7 inches. So to begin, I have all of my records by the 1975, aka one of my favorite bands to walk this earth. Of course, we have their self-titled album, we have I Like It When You Sleep, and then we have their newest album, A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationship. I think my favorite album by them is I Like It When You Sleep, which I feel like is kind of unpopular opinion. I think a lot of people prefer their self-titled. It's just me. Ugh, you just hear every bone in my body crack. So after that, I have this hefty stack of all-time low records. I had a pretty big phase. So I have almost every album they have like on vinyl except for their newest little 7-inch, I'm pretty sure. So starting from the beginning, we have Put Up or Shut Up, So Wrong It's Right, everyone including my favorite, Nothing Personal. Then I have this like record store thing from I want to say 16, but that doesn't sound right. It might be 2017. I don't know. This is their MTV Unplugged thing. I don't really listen to this. I don't really like live albums, but I was set on getting this. I spent way too much money on this. I hate myself. Then I have Dirty Work. If you're a fan of them, you might know that this album is kind of hard to get. Like, it isn't in press anymore, so the fact that I own this is pretty cool. Then we have Don't Panic, It's Longer Now. This is when things start going downhill in their discography a little bit, in my opinion, but Future Hearts. I have another live album by them. This is Straight to DVD 2. Again, I don't know why I have this. I really just, there was a while where if it had all-time low on it, I would just buy it. I don't know, I guess it's kind of cool from like a collector standpoint, but again, I don't really like live albums. I'm not into it. And then I have their most recent release, Last Young Renegade. Over time, I've grown to hate this less, but I really only think there's like 3 or 4 redeemable songs on here. Like, I don't really care about most of this record, so yeah, that was $20 wasted. Moving on. So after that, I have both full-length albums by Boston Manor. So I have their first album, Be Nothing, and then I also have their most recent, Welcome to the Neighborhood. I love this album so much. So good. After that, I have my only album by Bring Me the Horizon on vinyl. This is Sempiternal. This is Sempiternal. Anyway, this is my favorite by them. Next, after that, I have one of my most recent additions to my collection. I think I got this in the mail like last week, but that is Sunday Brunch by Chapel. This is a picture disc, so I actually will show you this one because it's not even on my Instagram yet. It probably will be when I upload this, but I feel like it's worth taking the extra second. It's an egg. Isn't this the greatest thing ever? The only complaint I have with this is that there's literally no way to tell the A-side from the B-side, so if you want to listen to it from the beginning, you kind of just have to guess. Anyway, I love this little EP album, whatever. Chapel is so underrated. Next, I have Bad Vibrations by A Day to Remember. This is my only album by them on vinyl. Yeah, I kind of bought this randomly. I got this in 2016, I think. Was it that long ago? That feels like it was forever ago. Oh my god. It was whenever they toured with Blink-182. I bought it then. And after that, I have Plus by Ed Sheeran. I don't really listen to this ever because it has a scratch on it, so it skips, and it makes me sad, so love that. My dad came into my room and I got embarrassed, so we're gonna keep on trucking along now. Okay, so after that I have all of my Fall Out Boy records. The only one that I'm missing, besides Maniacs, we don't count that, is their very first album, which I would love to get on vinyl if it wasn't like $1 million. Anyway, their first album I have, since it's not Take This to Your Grave, is From Under the Cork Tree. Then I have Infinity on High, Fully Adieu, which is my favorite Fall Out Boy album and potentially my favorite album of all time. I've said that for years. I think it's still true. I don't know, but I love this album either way. Then one of like 2 10 inches in my collection, I have Save Rock and Roll. And then finally I have American Beauty, American Psycho, which I really don't hate that much. I know a lot of people like despise this album, but like when it came out I was into it, so whatever. Next, we have, oh my god, I forgot what this was called for a second. Wow. Adornment by Grayscale. This, I'm gonna show you this one too, because this is one of my favorite pressings, like, of life ever. Just look how pretty that is. So next, I have Badlands by Halsey. I used to be really into Halsey back when she was, like, bursting onto the Tumblr scene in, like, 2015, 2016. Not a huge fan anymore, but, like, then after that I have a couple records by one of my favorite pop punk bands, Knuckle Puck. I don't have all of their stuff, but yeah, there was no but, I just don't have all of their stuff. I have my favorite EP and possibly just my favorite work in general by them, While I Stay Secluded. But Why Would You Care is my favorite Knuckle Puck song, like not to be emo, but I would die for that song. It's so good. And then we have Copacetic. I adore this album. And then I also have Shapeshifter. And after that I have Lainey's self-titled album. Can we look at this art inside? It is so cool. I don't know if you can tell, but they're like dots too. It's not just like a picture. It's so pretty. I love the whole aesthetic for this album. Also, this record is kind of cool because I bought it in San Francisco at Amoeba Records when I was on vacation there this summer. So next I have oh my god, I was expecting the actual cover. That was kind of weird. Okay. I have 2 albums by The Maine on vinyl. You probably know this isn't what the album cover looks like. You can change it out. That had me shook a little bit. Alright, that was kind of weird. Then I have Lovely Little Lonely. We're gonna pretend I don't have this on. Okay, moving on. Next, oh, I love this band. Okay, I have Movements Works. This is my other 10 inch. This is Outgrown Things. I love this EP so much. Movements is, they've gotten a lot of hype, but I still feel like they're criminally underrated. And then I have Feel Something, which was my favorite album of 2017. Is that when this came out? So good. I love this album. And I know it's basic, but Daylily still fucks. Listen, I'm not super proud of it, but I began my record collection when I was in the height of my like middle school emo phase. Like, you already saw my extensive Fall Out Boy collection, and don't worry, Panic at the Disco is coming soon, so of course I have albums by My Chemical Romance as well. Upon watching that footage back, seems really negative, which was not the vibe that I was going for. I'm just kind of poking fun at like emo cringe culture. Like, I like those bands. I feel like that's why I can make fun of them. Like, I bought their vinyl. Like, obviously I appreciate their music, so I'm not trying to come for you if you like My Chemical Romance or Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, whatever, you know. Just listen to whatever music you want. I don't care. I'm not a hater. Thanks. That's all I had to say. Okay. See ya. So this is the Black Parade. Honestly, I think this alternative artwork is super sick. Like, I really enjoy that they did something different just for the vinyl. And then I have May Death Never Stop You, which just has like, it's their like compilation that they released when they, you know, broke up. After that, I have some albums from Neck Deep, who are such lovely people. I have met them twice. I just have to say this, I'm sorry. They're so nice. I don't know why I didn't expect them to be so nice, but they're so nice. Anyway, this is Wishful Thinking. Then we have Life's Not Out to Get You, which is, I know, basic, but like my favorite album by them. Also, PSA, The Beach is for Lovers, Not Lonely Losers is my favorite song by them ever, and I feel like nobody cares about it. So please go show that song some more love. Thank you. And then I have their most recent, The Peace and the Panic. I also have Nevermind by Nirvana. This is another one that I bought at Amoeba Records in San Francisco this past summer. Nirvana is just classic, you know, and this is a great album. I don't think this is my favorite by them though. I think my favorite album by them is In Utero, but we'd have to argue about that, so, you know, fight me in the comments down below or something. Here comes my aforementioned Panic at the Disco collection. Starting off, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. Then we have Pretty Odd. My personal favorite, Vices and Virtues. I feel like this album is so underrated. Does everybody else like this album? Because I love this album. Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. Honestly, this deserves more love too. The last one I have by them is Death of a Bachelor. I don't have their most recent. I don't know if I buy it or not. I mean, I like it, but it's, I don't know. To carry on with my emo trend, I have a bunch of records by Pierce the Veil. You know what? I'm not even embarrassed about it. Pierce the Veil is a great band. I have A Flair for the Dramatic, Selfish Machines. I think this is my favorite by them. Not quite sure. Collide with the Sky. As you can see, this is a picture disc, which is actually super sick. And then I have Misadventures. I remember I pre-ordered this, and when I got it in the mail, I literally listened to this for hours. Like, I just keep turning it over and over and over again. Next, we have Paris. So I have the deluxe version of White Noise with the alternative white artwork. I like this gatefold. It's really simple, but I think it's really cute. Then I have All We Know of Heaven, All We Need of Hell. As you can see, it's signed, which is super cool. I didn't meet them or anything. I just bought it from their merch table at their show, but it's still pretty cool. This is my only signed record that I have, actually, so neat. Oh, heck yeah. Next, we have one of my favorite bands of all time, State Champs. We have, of course, my favorite by them, The Finer Things. Then we have the Acoustic Things, Around the World and Back, which is what really got me into them. I remember listening to this for the first time when it came out, and I was just obsessed with it. And we have their most recent, Living Proof. This isn't my favorite by them or anything, but honestly, like, there are some really good songs on here. I know a lot of people were kind of disappointed with it, but like Dead and Gone, still so good. That was the first single they released, and I still listen to that like a lot. I love State Champs. I've met them twice as well. Oh, they're my favorite people. I love them so much. Next, I have a couple albums by The Story So Far. They are definitely like my favorite band at the moment, which is really weird. Like, I've always really enjoyed them, but just like recently, I'm really into it right now. I don't know why. This is Under Soil and Dirt, which I thought was my favorite by them for a long time, but you know, now it might be Proper Dose that's taken that spot. A lot of people didn't really like this one. They're like, it's too soft for The Story So Far or whatever, but like, I love this album. I listen to Upside Down literally almost every single day. This album is just what I think modern pop punk should sound like, if that makes sense. After that, we have another one of my favorite albums, literally of all time, that is Chemical Miracle by Trophy Eyes. I adore this album. There was literally a period for probably like 6 months where I listened to this every single day. And after that, I have Blue Neighborhood by Troye Sivan, kind of random after those ones, but I have literally watched Troye Sivan on YouTube since like, I don't know, like 2012 or something, like crazy like that. Okay, so next I have a couple albums by 21 Pilots. So I used to really love 21 Pilots, and it's kind of sad that I really don't anymore, but like their fan base definitely ruined it for me. I mean, everybody already knows. I don't need to talk about it. Everybody knows that they're like the worst, most intense group of fans for anything like ever. Yeah, I don't really listen to 21 Pilots anymore. Yeah, that was my little disclaimer. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to talk about that for a second because I know a lot of other people have felt that with them too. Anyway, I have Vessel. I have Blurry Face Live, and you might be like, didn't you say earlier in this video that you don't like live albums? And yes, I did. Pretty sure I've only spun this like once or twice, but I was so insistent on having it when it came out. This was like $60 or $70, kind of hurts. It's so extra too. It's a 3 LP, they're all picture discs. I'm not gonna show them to you, they're on my Instagram, whatever, you can find it, but like this thing f***ing talks. Okay, go off, I guess. Next, we have another all-time favorite that just never gets old, Peripheral Vision by Turnover. This album, like, you know, everybody knows this album. It's such a classic. I listen to this a lot when I'm trying to nap. Here's another band that their fans are kind of slowly ruining their music for me, Water Parks. I have been listening to Water Parks since Cluster came out, however long ago that was. So I was here first, basically, is what I'm trying to say. This is Double Dare. Fun fact about this, I literally remember sitting in the back of my sophomore year AP World History class when this was released, and it was only out of 100, so I texted my brother because I didn't have service in school and like, order this for me and I'll pay you back when I get home, and he did. So that's the story of how I got vinyl in history class. And then I also have Entertainment. Next, I have my With Confidence albums. I quite enjoy them. This is Better Weather, and this is Love and Loathing. I met Innie and Josh this summer at Warped Tour, and they're very nice boys. Love them. Oh, here is another one of my favorite albums. This is 21st Century Liability by Youngblood. He's getting a lot more hype now because he did a song with Halsey, so like, that's whatever. But he is such a talented artist. I love this album so much. I literally only started listening to him last August and I've already seen him live and met him. I get really obsessed with things. So again, this is another album that I literally listen to every day for like months. So my last two records are actually soundtracks, so I just kind of throw them at the end of my collection instead of like trying to place them alphabetically. This is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. I don't even think this has like Hedwig's theme on it though, which makes me kind of sad. I got the one Harry Potter soundtrack that doesn't have like the theme song on it. Like, they played me. And then I have one of my favorite movies of all time. This is The Perks of Being a Wallflower soundtrack. Asleep by the Smiths is one of my favorite songs of all time because of this book. And no, this isn't a book, but like, you know what I mean. Come On Eileen, my car is named Eileen because of this song. What the? There's just an empty sleeve in here. The record's in this. What the heck? I'm so confused. Don't know if I should be concerned about that or not. I'm just gonna very quickly show you my 7 inches. I don't have, oh my god, that was terrifying. I was just gonna say I don't have that many. This is an ABBA 7-inch 45, whatever you want to call it. It has Dancing Queen on it. The other side is That's Me. My dad got this for me when I turned 17, because you know, Dancing Queen. Yeah, okay. Then I have A Day to Remember Is All I Want. I'll just show you this. I don't know if you can see it at all, but it's like an eagle. And then I have Knuckle Puck's Calendar Days / Indecisive. I know I said I wasn't gonna show them, but this is such a cute pressing. Like, look at this. Then I have this little Paris 7-inch. I don't know if you can see the name on it is Black on Black. But this came with the deluxe version of White Noise. It's just the bonus songs. And then I have another kind of rare record that I'm kind of proud to own. This is State Champs' Overslept EP. And then my last one, this is kind of ending things on a weird note, is this little White Christmas 7-inch. I don't even know if this is a 7-inch. It's really tiny and weird. Also yellow. It doesn't play at all because it's so old. My mom got this for me from like a flea market or something. I don't know why I'm being careful with it. It literally, it doesn't play. Like, I tried. It sounds like a demon. White Christmas is a movie that my family watches together every year, so she just kind of got it for me for that reason. Oh my god, I think I just ripped that. That was not like that before. Look at that. It's like coming out the bottom now. So yeah, that is all of my records. I think I have around 75 or something like that. I think that's what Discogs said. I don't know. Leave me a comment down below telling me what your favorite record is in your collection, just anything like that. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at brenna.robinson or at brenna.vinyl, you know, just a little reminder that if you want to go see what any of these records actually look like, they are all on there. Follow my Twitter at brensdees. Subscribe here because I really want to start making videos more consistently. I'm trying, I promise. I'm just so busy. What else can I plug? I think that's about it. Just leave me a like and a comment and I will love you forever and it would be greatly appreciated. That is all for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye. This one is aesthetic. And this one is aesthetic. Alright.